Salute folks, this is Kaiphas. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So I did try to record a little bit more into this, but I realized I wasn't recording my voice, which was pretty stupid of me. And so what happened here was that the word new game, yeah, Sayori's kind of like disappeared here in the little story thing. When I tried to push new game earlier, it had like a bunch of jumbled text. You might remember that in the previous video at the end. If I tried pushing that, and the whole it got super distorted, I guess you could say that. It was really creepy. Like the part where Sayori would have popped up in the beginning, it looked like the game crashed and then started over, and basically, yeah, it was really messed up. And what kind of pains me is that when I did that and I kind of went back to the home screen, I realized that my save from my first run got deleted. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get back to that. And I really wish I did, because I wanted to see what would happen if I ended up telling Sayori I love you. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't go back to that. So anyways, I guess all I can really do is now start a new game. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. So yeah, like right here, it looks like, cause like in the beginning of like the original playthrough, Sayori would have popped up here, and you would have mentioned how you and Sayori always walk to school. But it looks like now the story changed. Meanwhile, I've walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Kaiphas? Okay. Monika? So, okay, so they changed it. Yeah, because in the beginning, yeah, like Sayori would have popped up in your face, but now it's Monika. Huh. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah. Yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me generally feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Oh my gosh. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monika say she? Hey, Kaiphas. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Huh. I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Huh, awesome. You're really sweet, Kaiphas, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. Now that's a really messed up thing to like think about, because like in the first part, like it said like, and thus I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, that was funny at least, like, but now looking at this part right here, it says I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. That's a little dark. Oh my gosh, I can't even. And also, like, it's kind of interesting to think about, like, how Sayori, like, kind of forced you to, like, join the club, I guess. But now that it does make sense that she kind of did that because she wanted, like, she wanted to be happy and you to be happy as well. And then that whole scenario in the first part happened, yeah, in the end. So I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh my gosh, Monika, what are you doing? I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. Oh, stop it, please. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Okay, so this is kind of similar. This is a little bit the same as like the first part, so I might just kind of speed through this to see if there's any new dialogue, because it does look like I'm kind of like going through what looks like some kind of Groundhog Day effect, where like the day kind of repeats, but some things are different. Let's see. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Kaiphas. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls, so let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? Okay, this is different. What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. So in the previous, I guess you can call it the previous timeline, Sayori was the vice president, so it looks like now that she's gone, Yuri's the vice president now? Huh. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Kaiphas in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. Wait, was she talking about like making cupcakes or something like that? Cause like, yeah, cause like in the previous playthrough, I guess since Sayori did mention that like she was going to bring a new club member, then that was the reason why Natsuki made the cupcakes. But now in this one, since it was so like sudden, she didn't get the chance to make them. That's, oh my gosh. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great, in case that the tea part's the same. Why don't you come sit down, Kaiphas? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Ryuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. Okay, so might kind of speed through this a little bit just because this is partially the same dialogue from the previous playthrough. Keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, the tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kaiphas, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess that's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all, so this is a string of new text right here. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kaiphas? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kaiphas. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need... Oh, gosh. So, in the previous playthrough, the club was already formed because Sayori was there, which is why there was 4. Oh my gosh, okay, so they pretty much need me at this point. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more member before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kaiphas? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Kaiphas, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Kaiphas, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue the chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole day, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Huh. What's this? Whee! What is this? What was that? What was that about? What? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I still have some time to record, but give me 1 sec. Oh! Sorry about that. I got really thirsty. I've been kind of reading a lot about this. Sorry about that silence. Okay. Alrighty. So, it looks like it's time to write poems, and it looks like I can't... Sayori is gone from the picture, and it looks like all I can really impress is Natsuki and Yuri. And since I kind of went through the previous... I did kind of go through the last 3 poems like completely on my own, but since it looks like I'm kind of going through like another loop, I might as well just like open up a guide kind of to see like what's the words, because I still want to see if I can like impress Yuri with this. But since we are kind of going through like a loop, I guess you could say, I am kind of curious what Yuri would say if I actually do a poem that impresses her completely. Alrighty, so yeah, let's see what happens here. Hi again, Kaiphas. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Whoa! Yuri, what's going on? Thanks for keeping your promise, Kaiphas. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, okay, Natsuki, you were freaking out for a moment there. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Oh, wow. Hey, you're blocking the way now. I can't... Let's see, so I know this is part of the thing that says that Natsuki has, who keeps the manga collection in our club room. Monika. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Kaiphas. We'll make sure you put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably would have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is entitled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly, but I feel like when Yuri was describing the book in the previous playthrough, it was a completely different story. I don't know, I think it's just me, but I feel like I've not read that. That's weird. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kaiphas? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless and whoa, what is going on here? Then suddenly, oh, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... Whoa, I didn't even get a chance to read that. What did that even say? Can I go back? Wait, hold on. Feel like when I let things... Oh, dude, they didn't even, like... There's no history for that part. Oh, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah! Oh! Okay, it's starting to freak me out now, okay? Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book to start the prologue, and soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Sorry, I had to drink some more water. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing the feeling. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, like, I kind of like, I'm going to have to like, oh my gosh. I'm going to have to like go back when I'm editing these videos and read exactly what this says, because it does seem a really disturbing text that I'm seeing. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, ahaha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay, so like the scene is still somewhat the same with the exception of some of that creepy text and that distortion that happened. Oh my gosh, okay, let's see. Okay, I do the same thing with my right arm or the right side of my book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Turn the page? Ah, sorry. To think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes reading the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? What? Whoa, hold on. I'm hearing something. I don't know if that was the game or not, but I did hear something and it kind of freaked me out. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Her expression is different from the previous playthrough. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Oh gosh. Yuri, are you okay? This is starting to... Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you feel sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Kaiphas? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Okay. So, I don't even get a chance to share my poem with Yuri. And I'm pretty sure that, like, since I completely went and quote-unquote kind of cheated to make, like, a poem that Yuri would have liked, Natsuki's gonna completely hate my guts. And I'm not sure how Monika will react to this. But anyways, like I did in the previous playthrough, I'm just gonna, like, stop the session for now. And, like, because, like, this is the part with the poems and stuff like that. So, I guess, yeah, I'll stop the episode here, and then I'll pick it up again at another time. But anyways, let me know what you guys think so far. And I honestly... Like, I knew people said that this game was, like, it gets really dark, and it hit me harder than I thought it was going to, so I honestly have no idea what to think about this now. But anyways, let me know what you guys think so far, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Take care.